What's up, YouTube? Erod212 here with another video. So what time is it? It's that time. Time for the back nine. So what are we going to do today? We're going to talk about the top 10 Copper Age Spider-Man books you should be buying right now. Yes, I would be looking at these books right now before they spike up. We just talked about how Bronze Age books are going up and Copper is the next big thing. Bronze is drying up, soon to be Copper after that. But before we even start, just shout out to Ben from CBSI. Thank you for supporting this channel and letting me do this show. Amazing website. I'll leave a link in the description. Go check it out. Also to my man Phil from Vintage Comics and Toys. Another great guy. Check him out at all your local cons. He'll be set up over there. Also, both of these guys are on Whatnot. So make sure you check them out there. And thank you to everybody who came out for my last event. 1K event is going to be coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. Link is in the description. If you use that link, you'll get $10 off your purchase, first time purchase. All right, so you save $10. Buy yourself a book. It can't get any better than that. Now, 2 weeks ago, we offered to give this book away to comments. So this is War of Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters Alpha. This is the Virgin variant. There are only 600 copies printed. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous copy. My lot is keeping it from showing up. But we're going to give this book away right now. You had to leave a comment in that video and be subscribed to this channel. So we're going to do a random selection and then just hit me up on Instagram. It's Erod212. And let me know that you were the winner. And we'll work out delivery to you on this book, all right? So let's get this going right now and set up that randomizer so we can give this away. All right, so we're all set, and let's pick the winner. Berto Collection. Congratulations, Berto. Berto, hit me up on Instagram, and it's Erod212, and we'll get this shipped right out to you. Congratulations. Thank you for participating in this contest. So, you know what? I think it's time to just get started with the books. Let's take a look at what the guys have to say this week, and let's get going. So Phil says, Spider-Man is quite undisputably the most popular comic character in history and remains highly collectible for comics. This week, we will focus on some Copper Age Spider-Man and no so well-known issues in this era. With the new trilogy coming, there is plenty of time to buy the dip, and some of the writers think it's not such a bad time to buy at market prices. As always, please let us know your picks down below in the comments. So let's start off with that first one there. And the first one is a beauty, and one that you, if you're going to pick it up, this is the one to pick up. This is Spider-Man #1. This is the Platinum Edition. So we know that there was the regular edition with the green webbing, and then you had the black silver edition, then you had the gold edition, and then you have the Platinum, the hardest one to get. So Ali says, Spider-Man #1, the Platinum hard-to-find comic. Hardest to find variant of all-time great cover. And remember, this is the cover that introduces, that iconic pose with all the webbing, that spaghetti webbing at its best. Todd McFarlane at his peak, he's crushing it when he's doing stuff like this, kills it. Let's take a look at the next pick now. All right. So Jack Kornblatt goes with Web of Spider-Man #32. It's an iconic cover. Mike Zeck cover, I believe, also. One of the greatest and most iconic Spider-Man covers of all time for one of the greatest Spider-Man stories of all time. This book is very unlikely to lose value because of its unique status in Spider-Man history and can see a big rise in value with any live-action adaptation of Kraven's Last Hunt. Either way, investors can feel confidently picking up this book. This is a book that I actually, when I'm at shows, I see people looking for. People look for that run because it's just that good a story. It's one of the better stories written in a long time. If you haven't read it, take a look at it. Will Sony adapt that? I don't know. Because it's Sony. And you see what they've been doing with Kraven lately and just upsetting all the comic community. I think they do it on purpose sometimes. Let's take a look at the next pick. So Steve Horn goes with an icon. This book is just, I won't say blue chip, but it's up there. It's a great book to own. Everybody should have one of these in their collection. That's Amazing Spider-Man #252. First black costume in continuity. For back nine, I'll do ASM 252. First black costume Spider-Man. It has sentimental value in a way that Marvel Team Up 141 does not. People remember buying it new off the rack. It was hot the day it was released and remained that way for nearly 4 decades. Imagine that 40 years of a book being something everybody wants. That's crazy. No one remembers buying Marvel Team Up number 141. Okay, maybe someone does, but the AF-15 homage is icing on the cake. Get a 9.8 CGC 9.8 for ASM 252. Hover around 10% of the entire census, much less than the Marvel Team Up 141 or Secret Wars number 8. Steve made a great pick there and some great points. That 252 for the black costume is a big one, but that Secret Wars 8 just keeps creeping up on it, man. It's gotten hotter and hotter as time goes along. It's and especially with all these hot rumors that Secret Wars is the next big MCU event. We shall see. But either way, great books to have in your collection. Also look for the newsstand on that too, because at that point the newsstands are a little lower. Now, Peter Renner goes with Amazing Spider-Man 265, the first Silver Sable. For Spidey, I will take ASM 265 first Silver Sable. With all the crap characters Sony is pushing, I think we will stand to get her at some point. Peter Renner hits it right on the head again. Sony pushing crap characters. I mean, you're doing the Bad Bunny villain and just Madam Web. I hope they do that properly. I don't want them to mess it up because Madam Web was actually a pretty good character. It leads to multiverses and stuff. So that could be interesting, but we shall see. All right. Now, Terry Harkness goes with all-time classic, and this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 21, Peter and Mary Jane Wedding. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 21 from 1987. Peter Parker weds Mary Jane Watson. John Romita Sr. cover. Marvel published a direct edition featuring Peter Parker and a newsstand cover with Spider-Man. This was likely the first time Marvel ever produced two different covers for a new release. Print runs estimate 320,000 copies per cover. See, so now that's one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that they were evenly distributed. And I believe if you look at this again, and let me just go back there, when you see the Peter Parker, it's the heroes it's different heroes and different villains. I believe it's a different cast and ensemble there. But I love this. Remember this, it's a square bound book, so the spines take a little bit of a beating. Also, the book is almost 40 years old. So you can still find them in the wild, but they're getting tougher and tougher to find on a daily basis. Sergio goes with Amazing Spider-Man number 263, the first Normie Osborne. My pick is ASM number 263, which features the first appearance of Normie Osborne. Fans have been speculating over this character for a few years now, especially after his resurgence in the last run of Spidey issues. The Osbornes play an essential role in the Spider-Man mythos, and I'm sure we haven't seen the final evolution of this character. I can totally see him being a great villain to Miles Morales or Eddie Brock's son, Dylan. You know what, Sergio? I like that, him being an antagonist to Dylan Brock. That would be kind of cool. Children now becoming taking over roles that their father had at one time. I agree, though. I don't think they're done with that. That whole Red Goblin series, that will come back. It won't come back right now, but somebody will write something great out of that somewhere along the line. Think about all the characters that were created that 10 years later we get a fantastic story off that were just sitting there. Normie's been around for a while now, and the next Normie book could be the one, make him a little older, make him a little more evil or whatever, and it'd be good to go. Now, Chris Nelms goes with Amazing Spider-Man number 293 and 294, Web of Spider-Man number 31 and 32, Spectacular Spider-Man number 131 and 132, and this is the Kraven's Last Hunt set. Jack has Web of Spider-Man 32, but I think you should also buy the whole set of Kraven's Last Hunt. Each issue is going up in price, and Mike Zeck has no time and has now taken time away from drawing. With more movie news to come, I think it's smart to try and build at least one set of this run as an investment. I love this pick. Like I said, at cons, I see people buying these all the time. That book doesn't stay on the shelves or in the bins long. Mike Zeck allegedly moved out of the country. So it's even hard for you to get your Secret Wars 8 or the Captain America Annual, any of your great Mike Zeck covers, which he's done. He's not signing anymore, which is a shame because there's so many new collectors coming into the hobby that would love to get something signed by Zeck, and he's got an iconic signature. You go Zeck, you get a signature with a remark, and you get him and Beatty on like a Secret Wars 8. Oh, man, it looks really, really good. It's a great fit. Now, Jason Shaw goes with Spectacular Spider-Man number 87. Spider-Man reveals his identity to the Black Cat. This is a very, very under-the-radar book. Now, the Black Cat is another character that was being speculated on by Sony. Felicia Hardy's a great character. So if she does come to fruition, this could be one of those scenes that happens in the movie that makes a book like this, take a little bit of a spike. Never going to be a big boy book, but it can be a book that goes from like $3 to $20, And sometimes those plays are the best plays you can make, easy, quick flips if that's your intention. And if not, you can get in cheap now before it gets high up later on. Always another good find. Now, Topher goes with Spectacular Spider-Man number 99, the first non-symbiote black costume. It is currently hot, but there is a better reason than the spot, in my opinion. Black Cat made Spider-Man his fabric costume, and it's done so well that he thinks it's the alien symbiote suit. Spider-Man later dons the same exact suit a couple of times, and also during the modern Back in Black run. And what they were talking about here is that the character right here that's in this book, Spot, is going to be one of the antagonists in the Miles Morales cartoon series, the next one that's been announced. So that book has heated up. Actually, all three copies, what's it, 98, 99, and 100, have all gotten pricey. But I like the fact that they picked it for a different reason. That's somebody who's reading their comics. Read your books. If you read your books, you're never going to go wrong. You're going to know exactly what you have to look at. You don't even have to do research a lot of times. It'll just click in. It's just muscle memory after you've read so much. All right, let's take a look at what my man Phil has. And Phil goes with a classic. Amazing Spider-Man number 238, the first Hobgoblin. They have already mentioned on screen about the possibility of Ned becoming Hobgoblin. This book, to me, will always chase Amazing Spider-Man 300. I don't think Hobgoblin will be as popular as Venom, but he can become even more important to the casual moviegoer when he finally shows up on the screen. I like this book so much, I would even buy ones without tattoos. Funny thing is, this book, even with tattoos, sells, because I've seen it sell at shows. Without the tattoos, it's gotten pricey. 9/8s are a couple grand. 9/6s are selling for about $1,000 now. So the 9/4s are probably that $500 to $600 range. Book got expensive. It's a great book. It used to be a book you would only get 9/0 or better, kind of like the Black Cat, which is no longer a thing. Now, if you get that book 7.5 or up and you're a collector, it's a couple $100 for that book. Well worth the investment if you can get it cheap. So that's the pick from the crew. But you know what? We're not done yet, because I'm going to give you my pick. And let me show you what I picked and why I picked it, all right? So I decided to go with this book here. And you've heard me talk about this in the past. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 237. First appearance of Ned Leeds as the Hobgoblin. If you've been watching social media lately, you will have noticed that once again, there was a tease for the Ned Leeds Hobgoblin, still an affordable book to spec on. So the guy who plays Ned Leeds posed recently with a photo of they posed with a Hobgoblin book. I believe it was a book, and set everybody off. Everybody's speculating now. There's talk of Spider-Man the next round going away to college. Does Ned Leeds somewhere along the line become the Hobgoblin and become one of his antagonists? That would be dope. I think that's a good possibility. This guy keeps. Is he playing with everybody? But he just keeps poking at that Hobgoblin. Like, watch what's coming. Watch what's coming. So, you know what? I'm watching. Another thing to look out for. Look out for that book. Look out for the Canadian price variant. And you can tell it's a Canadian price variant because it'll have the newsstand barcode, and it'll have a 75 cents price. That, at that point, it's like a 5% print run on the other book. So, good books to pick up. All of those books in there, like the 238 and stuff like that, the Canadian is the way to go if you're going to get the rarest of all of them. So that's about it right now. That's all the picks I have. Please make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what your copper picks are for Amazing Spider-Man that we should be investing in, so that other people in here might read your comments and decide that, hey, that's a good book to pick up also. And check out these two videos, because there's great content in them. And until my next video,